Ready, B?
Yes, ma'am.
New Banks and Infinite.
Door close.
Yeah, you good.
Rivers.
Welcome to a very special episode of the 2 for 2 podcast. I'm your host, Rivers. Yeah, today I got some special friends in the building. I got my co-host, Spanks, is in the building. Y'all lovely ladies over here. I didn't get y'all names, though. Shamara and Deja is here. Got my babe over here. Humphrey. Tali is here. And we got two special guests. Very special guests. One individual. He's a two-time Olympian. Let me stop that shit. Oh, man. But certified bodybuilder. One of the best fitness trainers in the Bahamas. My good friend, TK Tarran. What's going on, bro?
Good day.
You good?
Yeah, I can be good.
You could be good?
I can be here.
You got this.
Yeah,
You got finally, but you know how long we've been set?
Hey. Thanks.
Probably the entire year.
Yeah, been 2
We
years.
got you here. All right, fine. And then our other guest, very special guest. She's also a content creator. She's an ambassador for women empowerment. She has a very own podcast, the Level Up podcast, on streaming on Apple Music, probably all platforms you could find it on.
Yeah.
Miss Joshea Murray. Or JoJo? You want me to call him JoJo?
JoJo.
All right, JoJo. How you doing?
I good.
You good? I think you got to talk to the mic. Talk to the mic.
I good.
Get a little close there for you. Lift it up. So everything good with you?
Yeah, man.
That's good. You had the ball today? No bullshit, right?
Oh, bullshit.
You here with us?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. I had a few questions for you. You know, we like our viewers to know who you are as a person. So we're just trying to figure out, how did you get into the space of not only podcast, but content creation?
Honest answer?
Yeah, honest. Someone hate you. Don't lie.
I was
hear.
a conk. I was the conk in my past relationship. That's what happened.
Conk tastes good though.
No, I was the conk what they done beat and put in the bottle. I was in the Scotch conk and I was in the
Conk fritters.
comforters. I wasn't even steam conk. I would have settled for steam conk. I was the conk.
So you was a part of that meme, you know that meme where they say people just go and start podcasts instead of going to see therapy? You a part of that?
No, I actually did therapy.
You did?
Yeah, like I did therapy. I did courses. I read books. I journaled. I did all of that.
So tell us, when you say you was the conk, elaborate on what being the conk is or what that consists of.
I wasn't very knowledgeable about how men and relationships work. So I was very naive. I was green. And I just made a lot of mistakes that could have been avoided. I'm not going to put the blame on anybody but myself. I will take accountability, because when you know better, now you do better. So if I turn into a conk again, that's definitely my fault. But I would never be a conk again.
Is that person still in your life somewhere? Somehow?
We have reached the maturity level where we could sit down now and have a conversation where we understand that the relationship will never work. So, yeah. But there was a point I couldn't talk to that person. It was like almost like a year.
I mean, I wouldn't call that being a conk though. I would count that like that's how you learn. Going through these things is how you learn what to do, what not to do in a relationship, or how you become greater.
Some things I think you should know when it's time to walk away, though.
Yeah, I agree.
And I didn't know when to walk away.
Powerful. So Ron, it's good, man. It's good.
All right, good night, everybody.
Are you playing crazy on this podcast, dog? We had a day, man. What happened?
Okay, it took me long because I ain't really.
You shy.
Yeah, you know how I go. But I'm happy to be here.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a great Rivers birthday, everybody. Y'all shout Rivers on their birthday.
Let me
They
give
turned
some
45 today.
Let me give some gunshots for that.
They get early 40s, you know. Shout them out.
Oh, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the love. But yeah, Tarran, so like I said,
A little bit about myself.
no, I mean, you don't got to give us a little bit about yourself. But I know he's a professional. You got your professionalism. And you got a professional card in bodybuilding. You got that. I think you acquired that in 2018, if I'm correct.
2019 for sure. Yeah.
19?
Yeah, 2019 in Montreal.
Montreal, right. Walk us through not only you starting out in the fitness field, but that moment. How was that for you?
To be honest, becoming a professional athlete is a great feat regardless. We tend to play a lot of athletes that currently have this prestigious title.
Yeah.
And I think that it's being overlooked by a lot of things that's going on. And I think it's here now where it's a fad. Because let's be honest, fitness now is a fad. Everybody doing it to be done so they can be seen.
Yeah.
Right? But it's also accolades to the fitness world that we are all in, right?
That's right.
And I take it very seriously, as you know.
Yeah.
As a personal trainer, as a certified nutritionist, the idea of wellness and health is a big deal now, especially post-pandemic. We still in a pandemic, right? But we have found a way to maneuver around the whole situation based on being more healthier, based on being more wellness conscious, and being a part of that just helps me to help others and improve everything around that we have going on today.
All right.
Right? That's just me.
That's pretty dope.
All right, so
You
question: you saying like you're a certified nutritionist and all that? All that comes with what you did, or that's something
Actually,
you just
no.
doing on
So
your
that's
own?
self-study, right? Becoming a personal trainer, I self-studied during the pandemic to be more marketable, right?
Right.
Because I tell anybody, when you decide to train somebody, you're taking on, like Rivers would have mentioned, liability, right? You're responsible for that person, and you don't want to go ahead and injure that person or not being knowledgeable of the things that needs to happen,
Right.
and then just haphazardly winging it. I do not respect. Tarran, TK the Brand Knowles, do not respect any personal trainer that is out there not certified and showing people what to be done when yourself is not knowledgeable of what should be done.
You heard that. Heard it first here.
That makes
Don't
sense.
forget it.
That makes sense.
That's me.
Get this out the frame.
Because everybody think it's they work out.
Yeah.
They think it's they work out, they can tell you what to do. You know.
Exactly, because I look good. You feel like I have an idea of what I need to be done, but that's just you, right? You're doing that for yourself.
I personally feel we just got a lot of horny trainers in now. So a lot of these niggas just training just for women, to be honest with you. That's just my personal opinion.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's all it is.
But I don't know what the leverage is or what dudes using to get females nowadays. But like for me, myself, it's professionalism regardless, straight across the board. Because once as a client, we cross that realm of you trying to date me,
Right.
you don't go and pay me no more. I got a problem with that. Right? So to keep it professional is because use my income.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you cross that line and you get blurry, now that becomes a totally different thing because why? That person could go ahead and run back and say, boy, we was doing business, but then he crossed the line and started flirting, started disrespecting me and doing the things that I didn't appreciate to do.
Yeah.
Around this time, it wasn't your fault, right? Everybody, we have feelings, we have emotions, we fall for who we want to fall for. But it's a line, but it's a standard, right? Across the board, you have to be respectful and I have to be respectful to you. It's a business, right?
Understood. So JoJo,
Hey.
you on season 2, right?
But season 2 done concluded. They're going on season 3 now.
You're going on season 3.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me some of the challenges you've encountered in the podcast space. Some of the things you've learned on the fly, because I learned a lot of things on the fly. A lot of this shit I put together in my own mind.
The same here. I think the hardest thing was learning how to market and get it out there. I joined TikTok, I think, in late 2020. So that's how I was able to accrue with more traffic to the podcast for more persons to know about it. Which, and I just thought, like, when you put out a podcast, people would just find it. But it doesn't work like that because you want to see a different podcast. And I started a TikTok, which, and I have 2 TikToks. We have the undercover TikTok and we have the TikTok where a person see me. And the other one is just advice-based. You don't see me on that. And that's where most of the following, like, came. And then, like, in 2 months, it had, like, 30,000 followers based on, I was just taking, like, snippets from what I was saying and then putting it on TikTok. And then I noticed that persons wanted this advice and persons started to search more and then the book got up more. And it was just marketing. Marketing for me was the hardest part. Marketing.
So, what's your feedback? What's the kind of feedback you getting from your listeners? They more so, because people just give their own advice of what you may do, what you should do. Like, what's what you getting from the people that listen to your podcast?
I give practical advice. I don't give cushion advice. I don't give the advice that a lot of times as women content creators, when we decide to give advice, we try to appeal to women rather than saying the raw, relatable truth. And most of the times, a lot of persons don't notice. I read books written by men on relationships. I I take Kevin Samuels by a grain of salt, but there was a lot of things that I listened. No, for real, there were a lot. I said, let me listen to him. But there are some things that men, content creators, say, the ones that are pandering, and then the ones that are being very honest.
Right.
And I realized that women don't take honesty well from men.
Facts.
But if women say it, then they'll be like, they will grow onto you.
Right.
They can grow onto you. So my feedback is that where this information was a couple years ago when I was in a relationship, or, oh my God, this makes so much sense, and I never looked at it like that. And I have a very young following. I have listeners as young as age 15 that listens to it. So I'm very honest. I give advice that I would give to my younger sister or my daughter when I do decide to have kids.
Right. So another thing I want to piggyback off something you said. You said that you got into reading books about men. Was that because of your past situation, your past relationship, or you was always into books?
I was always into books, but during that period where I was like just hyper focused on myself, that's when I was running the bridge twice a day, and
a nigga love you doing it now. Some fitness.
I was running the bridge twice a day. I had my friend on the bridge with me some days. I read all genres of books. I did. I was always into self-help books though. So the books, like the comic books that people knew about, I started with them, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, As a Man Thinketh, The 48 Laws of Power, and such, and so and so, The Richest Man in Babylon, and things like that. And after I got solidified, because I realized in order for me to understand relationships, I need to understand myself. That's why I got into self-help books. And then after I understood myself, I say, okay, let me try to understand the opposite sex, because I know now what I want. So let me see what it is that they want. Right. Because we push what we want on men. That's where we go wrong. That's the disconnect right there based on my feedback. Yeah.
I love when you're honesty, OJ. I love when you're
Right.
I gotta give her a round of applause. Hold on, let me give you a round of applause.
No, and because I used to be lost too. Like, I thought what I want is what you want, and how I communicate is how you communicate. I used to think that I didn't have a mother or a sister to teach me how to communicate properly with men or have relationships with men. I didn't have that.
But the thing about it is, a lot of women in general don't know that.
Right.
Also, like you said, how to communicate is also like some women expect to get love the way they give love.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you gotta realize that too, like love languages and all that. So all that important.
A good book is I think it named Men Are From Mars and Women Are something like that. I read that book. Yeah, I read that book. That's a very good book. That's a very, very good book, and it would really, really open up your mind to a lot of things.
I gotta read that. Never did.
Well, being women don't like read those kind of things.
I got a question in regards to what you said when you said in regards to putting things on men, right? Mm-hmm. How is it that we in the 21st century, right? Mm-hmm. And females just assume we know what they like or what they want us to do?
These mind readers, bro. You don't know that?
Because we saw it. Like, my mom, I used to see my mom get upset if my daddy didn't figure something out. So I thought that was normal. Like, we're not taught to effectively communicate. I promise you. Now in a relationship, a few years ago, I would want to go, you violate me, I violate back. You violate me, I violate back. We can keep violating each other. I can keep raising my voice. You get louder, I get louder. Now, as a woman that's trying to be more feminine, I ain't even going to argue with you. I ain't going to wait. Because if I tell you something, I can tell you something hurtful. I know what I am. Women, we spiteful. I know how I can get at you. So sometimes I just pick peace now. Back then, I wasn't picking peace.
When is your sign?
What is my sign?
Yeah, what's your sign?
Capricorn.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So, I'm very combative. So, I wasn't picking peace. Like, now, I have to understand that when you raise your voice, ladies, if you watch it, he is going to tune you right out.
Facts.
Men can't process us when we get loud, when we get over emotional, where we can't state what the problem is. And that's what I realized, that we have to be very direct and practical. So if I have an issue with my significant other, I'm going to say, I'm upset right now. Give me some time. Then when I speak to you, I'm not going to come to you in a way where I'm passion you, but I just want you to have an understanding, and then we could see how we move forward. So that's how I operate now, and
But
it takes time to get there.
Just like those same words you just said, that's how I operate all the time. I always tell women, if I'm mad, I can't communicate with you in an effective manner.
Right.
Because the things I can say, just like you say, when you get your feelings, and you can say to yourself, you can wonder, this man never love me.
Exactly.
But it ain't that. I'm mad. This is how I feel. Let me calm down, and then we can have a sensible conversation.
Yep.
But
I try
Yeah.
to I try to practice that same communicating when a person wants to communicate, but sometimes that's not the best time to do that.
no.
Because you can say some hurtful things when you're in the heat of the moment.
Oh, I can tell you some things now.
Me too.
I mean, I can get disrespectful and tell you about your underneath or anything like that. But I can make you feel as if, wow, this man don't love me. You know? So yeah.
That's beautiful though. I like to hear that. But we here today on a very special day. Not only because the Queen was buried today, and it's a national holiday. I'm not sure if they made the holiday because today is my birthday, or it was for the Queen. But we can figure that out.
It was because the young king was born, 30,
Easy to figure this
38
out.
years ago.
Let's give myself a round of applause. Happy birthday to me today. But yeah, the Queen was buried today. She passed 2 weeks ago, maybe. I think. I don't want to. I'm ill-advised on that. But what's your thoughts on? Well, right now, Prince Charles is the reigning king because his mother died. Obviously, what are your thoughts on the passing of the Queen and how you think that will affect the Bahamas moving forward? If you all have any thoughts on that, we could move on if you all don't. I guess not. So,
Hey, I have a thought.
what's that?
To be honest with you, I think now with the plethora of information or access to information that we have, I think we still need to search our history,
Right.
make it beneficial to us before we just go ahead and just saying the Queen dead, right? Her being a monarch for 70 years,
77.
that's even more worse, right? Because the history behind that is lost.
Yep.
We're celebrating the life.
Well, I don't want to really say it. You know what I mean? But we know the
and
history
then-
behind it.
Exactly. And then my thing is, I can't say we're naive because, like I say, we have access to the information, but we tend not to really accept things the way that we should and try to play it off to reflect what everybody else is doing.
Right.
But as an individualization comes by you standing alone.
Yeah.
And I really don't co-sign the Queen.
No.
I don't co-sign the King. I really don't co-sign none of the global leaders, to be honest, at this particular time. But that's another topic for another day. All right?
Even minutes?
Got it?
Even minutes?
Menacing no leader right now, boy.
Well, but he was. But we know he's the worst one. That's why I call it.
No. You can't do that because Menace ain't the leader. Menace is a puppet. Davis is a puppet.
Just
if
behind them.
If we being real, I mean, and that's like I say, that's the topic for another
that's-
day.
Yes,
That's a deep one.
yeah. That's in a political podcast. I promise you all that. But yeah. So, rest in peace to the Queen Elizabeth III. I had another topic over the weekend. When we lost someone else in hip hop, PNB Rock. He passed away in LA over the weekend. He was shot. It was alleged that it was a robbery at the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And the alleged stories that are out now is that they got the drop on him because of his girlfriend's Instagram posts. There's a few things that we could talk about from this story. And this time I'd like to send condolences to his family and friends and his loved ones. But it's difficult for men in those situations because a lot of times people use social media for good, but they also use social media for bad. And it plays both ways. I don't think it was ill intent by her posting, because I guess that's what everyone does, and putting their location on the post. But at the same time, I feel like when you're at a certain stature, you should protect yourself in a way. I don't know, and I don't want to victim blame and say he shouldn't have been there, because he should have, but at the end of the day, he was there. And what are your thoughts on, one, people putting such high value on their jewelry, not wanting to give it up? in situations where they're being robbed or in any event where ill is being placed on you. And then 2, the posting of social media in your locations. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all do that? I know a lot of people tend to stray away from that now because we have so many instances where people get into mischief and harm just off a post.
I mean, me personally, I never thought that made sense. You know what I mean? I don't need the world to know my location at that exact moment.
Right.
Anything can happen at any given time from anybody. You might have options you don't even know you have. And they know, okay, that's where this nigga is now. I can get him. I never did it. I tend to even post, if I go out or anything I do, I post days later. So you think I did now. I don't never post where it's at the same time. That don't make no sense to me. And that's even worse as a rapper. No security, high value jewelry on. That made no sense. With your family.
Right.
That made no sense.
So that posed the question to me, is there a place and time to wear your jewelry? Especially when it's like as expensive as his jewelry looks.
Well, I mean, he's supposed to be a street rapper. So he carries himself as a street nigga. That wasn't a wise move. But if you brave enough to wear your jewelry, you gotta be smart. Because if I go wear my jewelry and my family around, I gotta protect them first. So I need security. So if I go wear my jewelry wherever, I need security.
But everyone can't afford security.
You could afford the jewelry?
I don't think he could. Well, a lot of those things, you got to understand. We had this conversation before. Just because they wearing the jewelry, that don't mean that's their money. That comes from the label. The label give you these things to promote your videos, to promote your albums and stuff like that.
How much you think?
A lot of times, they don't spend their own money on these jewelry. You know?
How much you think it costs for a security guard to stand up for hours while I eating Roscoe's?
It could be a lot. Because you could get your homeboy to do it for cheap. But I talking about a trained security guard, like people who actually train and certified for those things. That could cost a lot, up to $50,000 a day. You think he have the money to do that?
I'll eat out that.
All right then. So yeah, we could say that, right? Mm-hmm. But in most cases, we don't understand like what's going on with him. My whole thing is he didn't have to be to that Roscoe. Like niggas in LA say they don't even go to that Roscoe's. So
I can let JoJo, you have something to add to that before. Ladies first.
Okay.
Not them, but ladies first for this.
Okay. There's still a lot of unclear details for me to make a final synopsis. However, if I'm not mistaken, he was in Southside LA.
right.
If he was in the South of LA, I'm looking at the territories and how many gangs, different affiliations.
Not to say he's from Philly
Right.
also.
And you're not from there. And if I was following the interview with DJ Academics, where he said he already had a close encounter where he was almost robbed.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you're inside LA, I would think that, you should still think a bit smarter in regards to that. Now, it's unfortunate that it happened, but at certain levels, different levels.
Exactly.
So you have different things to think about when you reach a certain status in life. So moving through, like, for example, where we party, you reach a certain status, you want partying in the same places that you used to party.
No.
Definitely not.
And if you do, like you say, I can pay for security. And what's another thing to me, are these jewelry insured? If I know it's going to be a fight for me to give up my jewelry, I will just insure it. So if it does go, I still get my money back for it, unless it's fake.
Give that shit up, boy. Any of y'all ever been robbed before? Any of y'all ever had a gun pushed in your face?
I've been
For
followed
any
before
reason?
in a car, but
I got robbed for my jean back in 2011.
Nigga, they robbed me one time by cocktails. Fuck, that was off of me. Before you even say anything, that was off.
But when they put the gun to my chest, the other guy took the chain off me. I had my eye on the gun, man. I never take my eye off him.
I popped
it
that
was
chain
like,
off.
whatever.
He's mad at me because I pop it off. Yeah, but fuck that. You robbed that. I under that. But yeah, like, I understand a lot of rap in rap culture. They put a lot of value on jewelry, and like your status quo, I guess the level of what you at as a rapper depends on how gangster you is, how thug you is, and a lot of these rappers don't like to give up their jewelry in those certain situations, especially him. Like, he's been on certain interviews talking about the same thing. So we know his mindset if that was what to happen before it did happen.
they could have gone down.
Yeah, even with what Joe said in regarding the level, at a particular time, your mentality got to upgrade too,
Yeah.
right? I don't care if I'm from Nassau Village, but I got out. You can't be mad at me because I get out.
Yeah.
That don't means I won't come back to that environment that I got out just to make sure you think that I cool.
That's a conversation on its own.
You see,
When it's time to leave the hood.
So yeah, so status alone dictates I act a certain way, or I conduct myself in a certain manner, right? And even with that, I mean, and like I said, I tend not to look at the surface of things.
Right.
From you say you get raw fish jewelry, I feel like it was more than that,
You think so?
right? Because
You saw
again,
that jewelry on in the video, what I see.
yeah. So again,
That's another thing too.
again, I'm managed by a record. I could tell you all that, and I know y'all could think it deep, but again, if I'm managed by a record label, and a record label, who knows, ain't bringing in the right funds for, he's not bringing in the right funds for me, that person better off dead
Than alive,
than
right?
alive, because his track right now is number one.
It's funny that you say that, right? Because the label that I think manages his group, Vaughn was on that.
Come on,
Draco the Ruler was on that.
come on.
Dolph was on that. Mo 3 was on that.
Which record label? Look to
Empire.
see which record.
It's Empire. Like they got like
Person
3
who
more
popped-
niggas.
The person who popped Dolph down, I hear them do it, stay soft, right? So I'm telling you, in regards to when you see everything, how we see it today in this day and age, it's more than what we think it is.
Definitely. It's always deeper than the surface because, like you said, we got people behind the
She
scenes.
telling me now the jewelry on the dude. That dude might have never even kicked up a vibe. That person might have just come there for him.
That's what they come for. Same situation with Nip.
Just
Yeah.
exactly. You see what I'm saying?
It's a really
There's so much sides.
There's plenty sides to those stories.
Because like I say, with the boy record right now, killing it
Number one.
on track. They're killing it.
But
And
we
if I
know
feel
it.
concerned,
We
I
know
didn't even
record
he sang
labels.
some of them songs.
We know record labels have a history of not just, but endorsing the certain type of rap, certain type of music what their artists put out. They endorse that because that's they know it sells. So they intentionally put their rappers in certain situations just for, you know what I mean, in those for their benefit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that's
I watch a segment on and it's racist. I apologize, right? But there was a Ku Klux member, and they said there's a war coming, right? Against black and whites, right? And the interview asked him, what does he mean? He said, we're not going to do anything to the blacks, you know. All we're going to do is pull up in their town, in the black community, because we black on black crime, bro. We killing each other.
Right.
Yeah.
He said, all I could do is pull up in that community, drop a few guns off, drop a few alcohol off, and let them kill themselves. And to me, that's deplorable, because how you could tell me as a black man, we have people out there still fighting over the minuscule things that we could be in this whole world? You out of your mind, baby. I might not know Rivers. I might have not known Rivers. Besides all this, why would I have a beef with this dude? Why would I have a beef with you? I just meet you today. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what causes me, or what actually ignites in my mind to make me feel like I need to step my boundaries, or envy, or jealousy because another man of it and I don't? For work,
Black crab syndrome.
work,
bro.
grind, do what you have to do.
It's
Focus on your
systemic.
own.
It's
Yeah,
systemic.
and it ain't even here. It's global, bro. You could go in the States, you could go in Europe, and once you're in a black held community, we hating on each other. And that's crazy. That's crazy to me.
But
You
I
have
mean,
a podcast, she have a podcast. Why can't I watch 2 podcasts?
Why we gotta work together?
Yeah.
and I don't want to get too deep with that too, but that's the slavery mentality. Like
Facts.
the way they plan slavery, they go on mentally for generations and generations and generations. So we think we out of it, out of the chains, but mentally some of us
enslaved.
still there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Still enslaved.
And be so blind to it, we ain't even catch on. You know what I mean?
What do y'all think about Jay-Z's capitalism comments? He said it was basically him saying how y'all no, because what he said that made me think about the whole capitalism thing and how a lot of individuals.
I know people can get mad at me again for this, but my mic gone, right?
Yeah,
I don't respect Jay-Z.
all right.
Oh,
But
hold on,
I'm
which
just
way?
talking about what he's saying.
Oh yeah, but in that song, he actually pinpoint things that has been going on. He literally exploited himself, telling you he was a drug dealer. If you're talking about, and you trying to tell me now you make that money, now you making it a smarter way, or you making it a cleaner way.
Yeah.
Bro, you just tell me you get away with doing the dirt, bro. Who are you?
But a lot of white people do that too. Not only in our society.
That's fine, right? But I know right now we looking up Jay-Z's an icon, bro.
Right.
He in a position that everybody watching what Jay-Z do right now.
Right.
He calling out people telling you I make billionaires. I'm a billionaire.
Right.
So you act right, but now you telling me if I do it that way, I can probably get to where you are too, because where you influencing me.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all don't get it.
But I mean, that's how almost everybody in the world got rich. Who didn't? But I don't know many people who've gotten rich without doing something illegal. So we basically just tell you the blueprint.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen,
Because the white people do it too.
okay, and that's fine, but does it make it right?
But that's the way they doing it. That's the way everybody has done it. Even like if you look here in the Bahamas, pastry boys, what they were doing. I must give you an example.
Of course, well,
You see what I'm saying?
I get it. Everybody want to come up. I guess and it's the way you come up. But I believe that I tend to gain more respect for the person who come up the right way.
Right.
I can take that's a long road, son. Everybody taking that. But I agree with you though. I agree with you.
I want to take a little spin, right? Because I remember listening to your podcast. You have a very particular episode that's titled Toxic Dick. Elaborate on that first, please. What is toxic dick? And where did the influence of that episode come from?
She said she's talking about experiences, so I want to hear this one.
It was a collective of DMs that I get. Sometimes I just can't answer
gosh.
the DMs. I really just can't. And toxic dick syndrome don't even have anything to do with the dick, Is the mindset that you get in when you get this toxic dick. Like that's what I was trying to get at. So for me, I broke it down to them like toxic men that you make normal. You normalize the emotionally unavailable man. You like that, oh, he just so laid back. He's so cool. No, he's emotionally unavailable. He isn't talking to you. He isn't communicating. You normalize the man that still makes you feel like the main one, although there's 3 others and you know about them. But because you have this thing where you feel validated by being in this chain as number 1, even though you are just one of many, that's still toxic. And I was just trying to get girls to understand that in society today, we have normalized toxicity. And it's not because the dick is good. It's the lifestyle that comes behind toxic dick. We like to pull up. We like to smash windows. We like that make us feel, that makes us a thrill. That make me feel like I'm that bitch. Like, yeah, I could do that. And then we see our favorite influencers, they glamorize it too.
Yeah, but all them in love.
All them, they in love with the benefits that come behind toxic dick.
No, when I said that, I mean they preach that and they put that out there. But
they
every
unhappy.
last one, I'm in relationships.
But they unhappy. And at some point, their businesses come up where we see they unhappy. For example, look at India and Dirk. We would have never think that a year later, after proposing on stage, that she would say, okay, I don't want to be with him anymore. A lot of times, and I wish everyone would understand, like, these people have PR teams. These people have to sell us a lifestyle in order to be marketable to the world. Yep. So if the relationship is selling with you being with a rapper and him having a bunch of bitches and you still being that mean girl, that's what's gonna sell. And they're gonna push that story forward to the public, and you feel like that's normal. See, all I'm saying could be crying with a Chanel bag. All I'm saying crying in a G-Wagon.
Michael Kors.
On a, we crying in Michael Kors. We crying in Hondas. So guess what? I think money could cover up pain for some time, but after a while, these people, they get tired. They tell you money don't make them happy. We see it when they reach later down in life. When you reach that, for me, the mark is when I feel like we wake up as women, is when we hit that like 30. Like when we getting down to 30 to 35, we'd be like, okay, I can't be no city girl. I gotta settle down. I gotta find someone. And that's because that's how the laws were supposed to be. We were always supposed to settle down. It's just that the world influences make us feel we have so much time. Like we have time to be just city girl and like, no, don't go find no man in your early 20s or your mid 20s. Go and have fun. Yeah, have fun, but don't stain your name out there. Don't be run through. Don't get run through. Don't do these things. Like, but if I had somebody to teach this a long time ago to like females in particular, because when you reach in that mark where now it's in our nature, and I hate to hear women say, oh, well, not all us want to get married. That's true. You're the minority. But the majority of us want to get married. And it's because we have a strong sense to be protected and provided for. I don't care what nobody say. If you don't want to be protected and provided for, see how long that goes on for. You will be burnt out. I watch it firsthand. With my mother. I see tired. You see tired. Look at their life. You see this be tired. And I don't want to be tired. I want spa dates. And I want to go to Pilates. I don't want that life. I don't want that life.
Yo,
She's good, yo.
How come you
She's
only put
good.
no claps on that?
She's good.
Y'all better
She's
put
good.
claps on that.
She's good.
Yo.
She's killing it.
As a single man myself with no kids, I do not want to run through girl. Hey, bro, let's be real. I do not want to run through girl. I do not want when I go out with the person that I'm dating.
Everybody knows.
No, and not only knows, but like homeboy say, but you hugging on such a way that I know you all had something,
Yeah.
right? I uncomfortable with that.
Same type of hugs. I used to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like this day and age, women take that all out of the equation. Like they out there, bro. They out there and they reacting like how we do as
We
men.
the new niggas.
Yeah,
That's
real.
what it is. We
Exactly.
the new
Real.
niggas. That's it.
Wait, that's real. Like she say 30, 35. To be honest with you, I don't even talk to females over 30. Oh yeah, I said it on. That's
You
the
mean
camera
under
there?
38?
No, over 30.
Oh, okay.
Tell me more.
Yeah. And my reason,
I said this. I tell them that. I tell.
hey, my reason for this is what she generalized in regarding the females going out there and putting themselves out there and exploiting who they are as individuals. But like I said before, if everybody know you, I want to know you. You know, and if you're doing something positive and everybody know you, cool.
Right.
But we already know how these streets go.
Yeah.
Right? Let's be real. Now, so anybody 21/7, bro.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And to get your name scanned, put out there in that particular light, as a female, I know it's a double standard. And I honestly don't care. Because wait, that's real. Like being real. If this is a podcast for the realness, I can let you know.
Yeah.
Right? Females need to protect their names. They need to protect their brand. They need to protect their identity. And we stop doing that based on the publicity and the platforms that we have with your IG, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. All these things allows us to be seen by other people. So now we feel like we're important to everybody because we have access. Everybody have access to us. In the day and age, and like my old lady say, when I used to date, if your old man didn't talk to me, I couldn't talk to no other nigga because you can't reach no other nigga, right? But now every other nigga could reach you. So you feel important. So when the real gentleman come to you and give you that real gentleman attention that you need, you want to identifying that because like she say, all the toxic dicks out there telling you some dumb shit, what you want here at that particular time. So you going with that. And then when you done run through all the toxic dicks that you had,
You want a good nigga now.
you come into the
So y'all
gentleman.
get that. Yeah.
Why you preaching?
You preach my preaching, and the lady, and every time I talk and they say something, they react because they know.
Yeah.
Even on what like, boy, that's no.
Yeah, you
I
preaching.
don't want no run through girl, bro. That's just me.
So let me-
and that's what we forget to do in our day and age. We don't do standards and we don't
Right.
do preference. We just take what come to us and deal with it. No, bro, I ain't going for what you think I want. I going for what I want, what I need.
Let me offer a little pushback. If you were to meet a woman that she hits all your criterias, could you see yourself getting married to her, or is that something you looking for?
I never said I didn't want to get married.
No,
I
I know.
want kids too, bro.
So-
But like I said before, my old lady or anybody parent, oh, you don't have no children yet? That ain't nothing to just go have to.
Right.
You have to be actually very keen and very strategic on who you pick to have a child with, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because people are having children with anybody and they still can't see their children up to this day.
Yeah. Jojo,
Right?
you
Because
have
right
kids?
now I'm using that
No, I
as
don't have any kids.
I'm using that as a leverage. Because you leave me now, but and I tell you that we had this child together and I want you to myself. Now I can't go see nobody because you leveraging the child between us.
You wanted to be a boss in your boss life because you preaching, my nigga.
I can put on the platform. I do love God.
Let's
And
go.
I think that everybody should have a relationship with
with
whatever
them,
belief
yeah.
they have too.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that we hide that too. But we hide ourselves to make the person that we talking to comfortable.
Or not even a person,
Like,
not even people who we
the
don't know.
people- yeah. Like,
Just
come
an
on.
image.
Yeah, come on. Like, wait, that finish.
Yeah.
Like for me, that finish. Like I do what I want to do because I want to do it for me,
Right.
not for you.
Fox.
And whatever I do, if it's honorable to you and you feel comfortable with me doing it, then that's beneficial to both of us. But don't tell me do something for you and I'm comfortable with doing it. Like she said, I don't even believe in compromising. Because if I compromise, I truly ain't getting what I want.
So, question for you. I mean, because I'm like, I feel everything you say, but that's just my point.
I say it. I said that. I say
Hey, y'all
that.
do trauma bonding right now.
But the thing about it is, right? If you do that, right? If you do not compromise, how you think your relationship is going to work out for you?
Well, we agreeing to disagree. Compromisation mean I giving you exactly what you want with. I mean, I agreeing with something that I generally don't agree with.
Wouldn't that be meeting in the middle compromisation?
No, compromising and meeting in the middle. The compromising on my end, if I give you that, that means I bound to what you want. Like I say, and as relationship goes, but you could agree to disagree.
Right.
I agree.
And that's okay. That's,
But see-
Yeah, that's
fine.
okay.
But see, if you don't, well, that's for people who are not educated or knowledgeable of what you're saying. Because some people think if I don't compromise, I'm selfish. Or I can't be in a relationship, I'm selfish.
And then you got to question yourself who that is you dating.
Yeah.
See, I agree,
Bro,
but
and
I agree.
And I think I get a leverage on this too, because when Joe says she been to a therapist, y'all be clowning on that, right?
Yeah, that
But I
ain't-
been to a therapist too, right after you know what? I been to a therapist too, right? And people think you're crazy, but that's the smartest thing you could ever do as an
therapeutic.
individual, because
Right.
That's-
the therapist ain't there to tell you wrong, you know. The therapist there to be a
Help you
conduit
unpack.
to
Right.
make you understand where you going wrong on your own.
Right.
Right.
They help you sort of.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what's
But
going on.
exactly though. It's like a filing cabinet.
Yeah.
That's a stigma we need as black people to get rid of too, though. Thinking that something is wrong when you go and see a therapist. You could be perfectly fine and go see a therapist.
Yo,
Yeah.
I get married. I get before and I get after.
And
And
during.
during.
yeah.
Right? And that ain't have nothing to do with her. But as a man
And after
going into
church.
a new environment, people don't understand this way. Marriage ain't easy.
Yeah.
Single ain't easy.
No.
You know what I mean, dog? And if you decide to say you will do something, do it to the best of your ability. Be your best self. Because at the end of the day, when things go awry, you don't say, oh, I take on the burden of doing this, or I did this, and become a former shell of yourself.
Yeah.
No way in hell. But I've seen people walking, counting. I'll be laughing. People be counting lamp hole for real when people leave them.
Yeah.
There was a man with the dude holding the Bible to the girl apartment talking, you out your cotton picking, man. Who you got with the, and that's crazy. You might call that crazy, but he ain't crazy, bro.
Yeah,
He
no.
just unstably in love.
But the thing about it is too, like even if you go to your therapist before you get married, your therapist lets you know that in a relationship you gotta love yourself.
Right.
Your job is not, you gotta make yourself happy. Your wife, that's her job to make herself happy.
Right.
You can't go into a situation, this person doesn't make me happy. That means you're not happy with yourself. That's the first important thing. You gotta realize that and know
There's
that.
a
Some
relationship.
people so keen on being with that person. But sometimes the therapist that expose you and tell you, bro, this person ain't for you.
Ain't for you, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we still go and marry that person. Wait, I just tell you that person ain't for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Serious shit.
But then even like for your therapy is important and most relationships, you know what I mean? You should do it. And then when you go into a marriage, the pastor or whoever therapy you go to, they let you know that this is a fresh start. So whatever happened in our relationship, you can't hold it over my head now. This is a brand new start. Clean slate. So now I have a chance to be a better man than I was when we were dating. Because now I'm about to be a husband. You know what I mean? So things are going to change.
Exactly. Some people would be like, I get married, man. You know, it's the same thing. Ain't nothing changed. Marriage is a relationship. No, bro. No, your marriage got to be in way more than that to you.
TK boy,
Oh, my bad.
I know you take the marriage thing serious.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm married. I've never proposed to nobody in my life. And
Never?
never. And I'm based on the fact that I don't want to. But it's a lot of things that have to be in place, fall in place for me to get down on my knee. Because it's tough getting down on knees, bro.
Especially when you get over 30.
Yeah, shit.
Exactly. So my thing is, at the end of the day, that's important. You and married some men, and I put this on my tweet the other day, and someone get mad. I say there's no way that I can engage a female and be engaged to her for 3 years.
3 years. That,
You out your mind?
make no
From my
sense.
engage you, we plan a wedding.
That's a plan. That's how it's supposed
Because
to
you
go.
know what? You know
Yeah.
why
That should
I
be.
marry you yet? Because it's a long-term relationship, and you feel more committed to the situation than just popping up and leaving. Like this, whatever that is. Like,
no, because I say these things.
Y'all should start a podcast together.
I say these
yeah,
things.
that's real. That's
Yeah.
real. But dog, niggas in our country, across the world, engaging these girls when they say.
But
"I'm
you don't
going
think
to
that's a
leave you."
cultural thing, no? I feel like only
Cultural?
our culture. Yeah, like when I said I mean black culture.
Yeah.
Like I feel like, especially here, I feel like that's more so Bahamian culture.
Wait, to be honest with you,
Americans will meet, Europeans, they'll meet you and marry you in 6 months.
to be
Yeah.
honest with
Tops.
you, where we so our Caribbean culture is being
Relax.
carried across the whole global world. Like we have taught this, like because hey, if you go anywhere, I ain't gonna lie, you can find a little Jamaica somewhere, you can find a little Haiti somewhere. So we become more diverse in that, right? And the Caribbean has been expanded. So our culture has moved on. So anywhere you see this now, as a race of blacks, they doing this, bro. And you telling me you engaged? Well, you engaged? Yeah, but when you get engaged, like 3 years ago, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. So you don't get married then.
Yeah.
You have to make a decision as an individual, female or male, way. Sometimes you just gotta let go,
Yeah.
right? My therapist told me the most funniest thing the other day, but when I gonna reach out, y'all don't put this on me. That's joking. I gonna reach out to my ex, and she say, you know what? she know what she say? She say, wait,
That's the toxic dick right there. You're talking about that.
the brain loves comfort, bro.
Definitely.
You
That's
ready
powerful.
to say?
That's powerful.
The brain loves comfort.
So you only going back there because you're comfortable there. Not because you need to be there.
Because something they've been with for so long and you attached to the memories.
Exactly.
bro. There's a detachment of memories that you need to get rid of. And that we still up to this day could sit down and reminisce on our ex. That's a problem.
So I have a question because your boy sent me how you act like I'm human, right? So if I,
Let me don't
even
say
me-
that. Let me don't say that. He's one of them men you would call emotionally unavailable. If you
Yeah,
put it
but
like that.
I understand that too because
Go ahead.
it's a process.
Continue.
That's
because I want to say like
No, I
I'm the kind
ain't
of
saying
person.
nothing wrong.
I'm the kind of person like if me and a girl part ways, I don't even think about the good times. I don't think about all that. I don't even put myself in a position to be like, mother sick, I missed this, so I can go back.
Yeah,
I think, but the reason why we apart in the first place, and I keep it moving.
that's a process.
I don't think I don't have emotions because of that. I think that makes sense to me logically.
So
Yeah.
what was your question then?
No,
Should I
keep
forget
it.
it? No, I gonna go ask something real in regards to that, but I forget. Slipped my mind.
But even with that too, right? Like for me, I don't get the whole, and y'all can get me if I'm wrong. I don't get the whole if we break up, why we still talking?
Yeah.
If we break up,
Like really break up, like really
why we
finish.
still talking? And I can let y'all know this off the bat, way. Females just have that comfort ignite. They just have that comfort level in their head that they ain't gonna just go there and smash. You know, I can smash my ex for a little while until I find somebody who I really want to talk to.
yeah,
You ain't trying to get back with them, you know.
they don't raise their body count. They say.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, it still brings a level of, like she say, toxicity.
Toxicity, yeah.
And that's a problem. Way. And then you creating that within yourself. Your personality is gonna get damaged. Your character is gonna get damaged because you tussle in between leaving and still being literally, I don't want to say soul ties, but physicality brings amongst a lot of things. Way.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody say, boy, from my start smashing you as a man, and men don't do this neither. But as I start, if I smashing you, bro, I feel it in myself. Although you are my girl, as a man with niggas that ain't doing why, that's why I have one up on them. Is you ain't taking care of your situation. Because for me and you intimate, and you have a problem as a female, I have to take care of that, bro. I have to take care of that. I have to take care of that. Like that's me
I
saying.
got a whole TikTok video on this.
Exactly. That's like me saying, Rivers, a girl say, man, I have a boyfriend, but my tire flat. And he calling you so you could help me. Bro, I can let you know, Cole. If I
Call
go to
your
help your
boyfriend.
girl fix her tire, 9 times out of 10, she could tell me about how this nigga didn't show up. And I could use that as a vulnerability part to smash.
That's
Let's
true.
be real, but take care of your home, Bree.
That's facts.
And even if, like I said before, you may not even be my girl, but I just feel as a man that's my responsibility, even if you single and I single, to do certain things for you. There should be no way that you driving in a hot car, bro. Get that AC fixed, nigga. Because if your AC ain't fixed, you know what you could do is come by my house. Oh, I so hot. And you don't come by my house miserable.
I want you to be proper.
Yeah. You understand me? So I fixing the AC. Oh, you so nice. No, I'm nice. I think every nigga, whoever you been dating, should have fixed this long time.
Yeah.
Nigga, something that way. though.
That's,
You understand what I'm
this
saying?
nigga
Take on
cooking.
responsibility.
This
bro.
nigga
Be
cooking.
accountable. Like being
Yeah,
real,
he's
dog.
good. He's good.
Let's
yeah.
be real, dog. You mean to tell me now you come by my house and I be like, man, I want something to eat. Before you come, you cook something in the house. I ain't got no groceries. No, what, sweetie, don't worry. I can wire you $100. You can pick up something from the grocery and then bring it to my house. Let's cook.
Yeah.
Like, bro, regardless of you not being that nigga, you got to still be that nigga. And I guess that woman would appreciate you more for that.
She'll never forget you. You'll be a favorite forever.
To that you
Not
say,
because you're trying to be the nigga, you know. But dog,
That's how
peace
you.
of mind.
That's how you operate. That's how you operate.
That's a good head shake. But you understand me? It just makes sense. But you got to make sense in this day and age. You got this. But you think any young snort could beat me out? You out your cotton picking mind, bro.
Yeah,
No, because niggas ain't even thinking that way.
Yeah, niggas
Wait,
ain't thinking that way.
brain power killing most of these young niggas.
Yeah.
They think it's swag and money and
No,
jewelry.
You think I guess could smash this hole out and she could be all right. She could love me to death. Ain't no one thing. It ain't the nigga with the biggest. It's the nigga with the biggest heart, bro. Let's be real.
it's power.
Let's be real,
power.
dog. Let's be
Jesus.
real. Take care of it. Let's take care of it.
So yeah, that's for you, man. Appreciate that. So before let me ask you the question. Y'all having a good time on the podcast?
Yeah, man.
Really?
I'm having a good time.
Be honest. Be honest.
I am.
All right.
Yeah, because the topics resonate, right? Everybody has an opinion on these particular topics, especially when you talk about relationship and being with somebody.
Appreciate
So,
it.
that's real talk.
Yeah. These niggas was kicking my back in for bringing y'all two on the podcast at the same time. I was trying to tell them, give me the ball in the fort and fucking get out of my way. I can make this shit happen, dog. I know I can make this shit happen. And y'all delivered just like so said, so done. Before we close out, I'd like to appreciate y'all. Show some appreciation for y'all coming through today. It was a great podcast. I don't know if y'all have anything else y'all want to talk about or touch on before we get out of here.
I didn't. Did they give y'all handles how to reach y'all and all that so forth? Like,
Well, I could put them in the beginning. You know, we used to do this thing, man. So y'all good.
I mean, and to me, it was a good podcast based on the fact that you bring it from two different, although it's wellness.
Wellness and
but you bring it
empowerment.
from mental, exactly, and you also bring it from a physical aspect because me being a personal trainer and this person being very intelligent on toxic deck, right? So it only makes sense.
It only makes
You
sense.
know what I mean? Like
It only
you gotta
makes
be
sense.
real, and that's what we ain't doing, but we ain't being real with you. I have a problem with that.
people
So
don't live in the real world.
No.
They don't live in the real. They live in fancy land out or IG land. How they want things to be, the image.
Bubble.
Oh, by the way, I hate filters, ladies. Do not send me no pictures with no filters on.
Oh, listen to me. I so sick of that. I mean, I see these people in person. But when these girls hear me in person, they be like, "Oh, the so and so." I be like,
no way.
I ain't working.
they gotta go on their phone and show you. See me right here. That's what it is.
Damn, girl, you want to look like
I
this?
swear.
No person I've met in person yet look like they picture on IG.
Yeah,
No,
that's a
no
trend. That's a
female.
trend we need to
hold
get rid
on.
of.
Is a IG?
No, hold on. We don't do that. We ain't doing that here.
But is
A
IG
lot of
model?
catfishing going
Thank
on.
you very much.
No,
That's
there's. But as an IG model, she was over. She stayed at Atlantis, and I saw her. Just like how she look on the photos. I was so shocked. Goddess, boy.
But you know, a lot of people going and getting surgeries to look like some of these filters. You know, that's a thing now, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's some bad
Well, hers
shit
must
to
be
me.
working. She did it. Hers work. I might as well tell you. But I don't like these filters for real, boy. That ain't working. That's catfish 1,000. They should be fine for that. They should be fine for that, son.
Wait, the end of the day, how we talking? Bottom line is love yourself. Like, if you able to love yourself regardless, ain't nobody can tell you nothing to deter you from being your best version of yourself. Keep on working on yourself. Yourself is an ongoing project. You don't stop. You don't sit down and say, wait, this is where I want to be. Because that means that you won't finish working with where you actually have to go. All of us have a purpose in life. Our purpose, you all feel as if it's just fulfilled by us saying, oh, God have a purpose for me.
No.
But the purpose is a continuation of fulfillment. But, and we forget that too. You know?
Shit, I
Stay
didn't
grounded, bro.
even have to pause today. You did it for me.
Oh, my God.
That's I appreciate that, my brother. You see yourself competing professionally, or you done with that?
No, man. I love being a man physique professional athlete. I do intend to next year at least 3 competitions. Like I said before, a lot of people getting a pro card as well, and I want to congratulate my boy Crank.
Ah, yes, definitely.
You know what I mean? Definitely, though. And
Shout out.
I just love the movement. I love the health movement. I love the health conscious movement. And it ain't a look, you know. It's a feel, bro. You got to feel good, look good, dress. You know what I mean? Live well. And that's something that I'll always encourage. I'll always encourage somebody walking the bridge twice a day. It's crazy, but if that's something you want, to do,
Yeah.
work, go 3 times. And it ain't even having to go to a gym, bro. Just eat well,
Yeah.
eat clean, take care of your body, bro. And it's also spiritual and mental as well.
Right.
You know, and we tend to only build our lives on emotional and faith. That's reactive. Start to be more logical in our thinking as well. There's a lot of things that actually compilation that comes into being a person. And we can't deny none of it. Right?
That's deep.
So Joshua, I suppose to ask you, like, I see most of your podcasts, like, you know, you speak on empowering women and teaching them how to deal with men and so forth. I usually this is based on past experience and what's not. You have men who comment on your stuff and like, do they agree with anything you say, or do they have with negative comments in terms of like, you know, you capping or whatever the case may be?
To be honest with you, I think the only touchy topic that I get a lot of negative feedback from men is any topic about money. But anything else, yeah, it isn't really much pushback. But I know money is a touchy topic when it comes to men, because money is literally linked to a man's ego, right? And because it's linked to their overall purpose, why they are here to provide. So I could understand why that's a bit touchy, especially when a woman's speaking on it. But I mean, like, yeah, and everybody can agree with you.
Yeah, not only that, fellas, that's the next key point, Joe. Thanks for telling me. Wait, dating your budget.
Ah, yes. That's
Yeah.
super
wrong, bro?
No, they're good.
Dating your budget. Yo, if you know the girl of a Mercedes Benz and you driving, let's say a Kia. Not saying that you probably don't have the money, you just worrying about gas.
Right.
But you know that she have an executive job and you probably work at AID. I mean, I just give an example.
Right.
You know what I mean? Though you got to be more realistic about your choices.
Right.
And that's real, because at the end of the day, when you don't, as a man, when you can't provide or you can't do, I guarantee you that female can find a way to leverage that and make you feel less than.
Real.
Definitely.
Date in your budget.
Definitely.
Or date below your budget so you live and look more like a baller.
Yeah,
below your budget.
So when you say dating your budget, right? Like, how you feel females should do, like, because you got girls who ain't got no car, but they want a nigga with a G-Wagon. You ain't got no car.
See, that's a whole different situation. We as men supposed to provide.
Understood.
You
Agreed.
understand me? And then you got females out there. I like a female potential more than I like a female life. I like to know exactly.
See where she can go.
Well,
See where she can go. See where she can.
exactly,
Yeah.
because if you sit down and tell me you have a plan, that man said we could plan together.
Yeah.
But if you come to me and I dating you and you don't have anything on the board, you say airhead and I just trying to smash. Let's be real.
Yeah.
See, I think y'all
That's called hypergamy, ladies. Hypergamy. That's the word.
like real.
That's hypergamy.
Sorry. But I lie, Joe. Joe, I lie.
You ain't lie.
All right, then.
You ain't lie.
Hi. You all right? Thank you. Appreciate that. Love that. But yeah, like, you always cooking.
Yeah,
You always cooking. You done?
real. Yeah, well, I mean, we could wrap up. That's what you asking.
No, I asked you if you done. You had more to say.
No, like I just want to piggyback of like, I mean, we being back and forth because as a female, I appreciate the female aspect,
yeah.
exactly, and the female presence, because now what I saying, you get a
Resonates.
reaction,
Yeah.
and it actually start to keen and make sense.
Right.
You understand? I don't want to say these things and not have an understanding from a female's perspective,
Right.
because it still make no sense, and that's what we tend to stray away from too, different people's perspective. Like,
And then you gotta keep in mind too. See, Joshua making plenty sense. She making plenty sense, and plenty females out here ain't making the sense she making. So we need someone who making sense to see where we go and what we saying.
exactly.
So when should we look forward to seeing season 3? Hearing
Season 3, I usually air it the day of my birthday, so January 10th. Season 3 will air.
So every January, that's when you put out the season. What's your season looking like this year? Like what are some of the topics we may be looking forward to?
I don't want to reveal all of
Just
that.
give us some little insight.
Well, this next season that's coming up based on the episode feedback, those episodes that's going to require more of a man's perspective, I'm going to have more assistance with that in letting men speak on certain topics, and I just ask questions.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Yeah, very
So-
scarce.
A lot of questions
There we
because
have it.
they ask me a lot, and I said, y'all gotta give me time, because some of these stuff I have to research, some of these stuff I have to go to multiple men and get feedback from, some of these stuff I have to study. So yeah.
Is your male demographic big with your podcast? Do you have a lot of male listeners?
Yes. I think the last time I checked, it was like 28%
That's
male,
that's a good percentage.
and the rest were female. And my top 3 countries is the U.S., the Bahamas, and surprisingly the UK.
Oh wow,
Okay.
that's dope. I love that. So we looking at January. All right.
So it sound like men having the same problems around the world with women.
Yeah, and I guess they probably want to see what women are listening to.
Okay. Where they getting the influence from me?
Yeah.
That's smart, bro. Like,
See, like,
educate
yo.
educate yourself on a female. Don't go winging it.
Yeah.
Don't embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Are you-
prior planning prevents piss poor performance, dog.
Real.
Are you looking to go visual or are you sticking to audio?
I will go visual because my audience is
requesting.
requesting it, and they're requesting me now to have more presence on YouTube. So I am.
You currently have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I just actually started posting on that like a month ago as I was ending the season. So they want longer conversations because, of course, on TikTok it's only 3 minutes, and I'm not gonna post a 10-minute video on TikTok. You know?
Yeah.
I do that. So to have more in-depth conversations, I'm gonna also be on YouTube.
All right. That's well. I'm excited to see it. Like I said. Ron, you got anything you got in the works?
Personally, I just do
Just,
my
yeah.
thing. Yeah, I just like I said, be preparing next year for sure for 3 competitions.
3?
3. I try to knock out 3 next year for sure. Right, a lot of traveling involved, But it is what it is. But you do what you like to do to make yourself a better person.
Love it.
Yeah.
But like I said, this was a great episode. Thanks you guys for stopping by for sure. Hope to see y'all again.
Yeah, man.
We will?
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah, I'm sure we can get a lot of feedback from this episode.
Oh yeah,
Regards to what they're
definitely.
saying,
This one of the hardest topics we had in a while. But like I said, it was a very great episode. I'll be remiss not to bring this beautiful cake on camera. Humphrey, I don't know if you want to bring the cake on there for me, please. Yeah, that's why we putting it there. Jeez, you spicy, eh? But exactly. So like I said, today is my birthday, like all of you know. We can celebrate this moment here with this beautiful cake from my baby. She made sure I had this cake for me. Thank you. Let's split this up. We can split this up off camera. But yeah, this is very nice. Yeah, I enjoyed this. It's very nice. But thanks you guys. We get that off camera. Thanks everyone for coming out. This was an excellent episode, like I said. Hope to see y'all again soon. Until next time, may the universe grant us serenity to accept the things we can't change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Till next time,
New banks and
we are out of
infinite
this bitch.
rivers.